I really have to be pissed off already for someone to bump into me and be like, damn bitch, you ain't say excuse me. Hey friends, today I'm doing a Q&A video. I posted a little thing on Instagram asking people to ask me questions, and they did. They definitely delivered. I had to write them down because I don't have my camera with me. I'm recording on my iPhone, so yeah, we're taking it back to medieval times with this. But yeah, I feel like this is a great way for us to get to know each other and kind of see where my mind is at with something. Oh my god, this damn wind. Let's just hop right into it. Starting off strong, the first question is, got any advice to distract myself when I'm feeling down? I definitely recommend journaling. Of course, I'm always gonna recommend journaling. But when you journal, you are like energetically releasing these feelings onto the paper. And I just feel so much lighter after I do it. I know it sounds cliche. I know everyone's like, well, journaling doesn't work. Sit here, write down why you're feeling down. You know, get to that root problem. Is it because you're stressed about money? Is it because you're stressed about life? Is it because you feel behind? Like, what is it? There's always a root problem to something, and once you figure that out, it's easy to kind of flip your mindset from that. Other than that, I'd say get into some hobbies. You know, do some yoga, make you some jewelry, go paint something, go for a walk, something of the sort. But you literally have to force yourself up to be busy to distract yourself. If you sit in bed all day and doom scroll and dwell and whatever the case may be, of course you're gonna feel down. You're not getting that energy flowing, and wherever energy flows, energy goes. So if your energy is flowing from you to this phone in your bed, of course you're gonna feel down. You gotta get up and like flow that energy elsewhere, make yourself feel good. Next question, would you go on a date if a guy said it's a picnic and painting in the park? Absolutely. Those are two of my favorite things. I've always wanted to have a picnic. I actually have had one a couple years ago, but it wasn't anything fancy. I do want to have another one again though, and I love to paint. I just think that would be so relaxing to do. Next question, would you say you're open or shy? I definitely say I'm a little bit of both, but more so open than I am shy. Only times I'm shy is when I'm meeting someone who's maybe like a little more outgoing than I am. Just because it can be like a little nervous at first, and you don't know like how to present yourself. Other than that, I'd say I'm very open. Like, I'm always talking to strangers. I'm always like starting a conversation with somebody. Anything you don't like to share. Partners and food. By partners, I mean like romantic partners, of course. That's it. I'll share my food sometimes, but like I may offer it, but like don't say yeah. Do you usually eat breakfast every morning? Not every morning. I have been trying to eat breakfast a lot more because it is the most important meal of the day. You're breaking your fast. When I do eat breakfast though, I typically like to eat something healthy. I've really been into like the Chinese breakfast and stuff that I've seen recently on TikTok with like the congee. Oh my gosh, it's so good with the egg. Ooh, and spinach. Yeah, I don't like eating the typical American breakfast. I just can't do all that sugar and dairy in the morning. I can't really do dairy, period. But all that sugar first thing in the morning, it just like makes me so tired, and I feel sick and bloated, inflamed, and yeah, I just can't do it. I'd rather skip breakfast than eat pancakes and waffles. Would you answer if I DM you? Considering I don't know who you are, probably not. But I don't answer DMs like that. I really don't. Y'all be pissing me off, especially the men, okay? The girls, yeah, I'm gonna answer the girls every time. But the men, you can stay from round. Thank you. How old are you? I'm 22. I'll be 23 in May, and I'm a Gemini. Someone said you've changed completely. I mean, yeah, that's how life goes. You're not supposed to stay the same person forever, and I don't know if I've changed much, honestly. I feel like I'm still the same Kaylee. I've just kind of shifted my mindset a little bit, you know, to becoming more disciplined and more structured. I'd say I've enlightened myself more over the years, but other than that, I feel like personally I haven't changed a lot. I've just grown up. You think any of your guy friends want to date you? I would hope not, because all of them are gay. There might be one person that wants to date me, but I'd be friend zoning him real bad. If you're watching this, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyways, are you a polite person? Yeah, I'd say I'm very polite. I'm always saying, excuse me, please, thank you. You know, using my manners and stuff like that. I'm not a rude or malicious person. Yeah, if someone bumps into me, I might look and be like, she couldn't have said excuse me. But other than that, like, I'm not doing that to everybody. Like, I really have to be pissed off already for someone to bump into me and be like, damn bitch, you ain't say excuse me. But other than that, like, if someone bumps into me, I just be like, oh no, it's okay, you know, accidents happen, it's all right. Like, I just don't be caring. Next question. How was your childhood growing up? Oh, that's a good question. I'd say it was definitely interesting. I'm the eldest daughter and the first child, so I had a lot of responsibility placed on me when I was young, and I feel like my parents placed a lot of emotional responsibility on me too, and that kind of turned me into a people pleaser. I've recently learned how to shift away from that and start honoring my own emotions and feelings rather than internalizing others and how they feel. Other than that, I'd say I definitely had my fair share of childhood trauma. I was bullied a lot growing up. I'd say I had a pretty fun childhood. I was always outside, playing with friends, riding my bike. I have hella scars on my legs. I was climbing trees, playing manhunt, you know. I think my parents could have done a little bit better emotionally with me. They were learning too. They didn't have the resources like I have to have enlightened themselves. I'm not saying that's an excuse, but at the same time, I don't blame them. We're all experiencing life for the first time. Anyways, my heart wants this one person, but my head wants someone else. Any advice? Okay, that's an interesting one. My advice, I'd say, get in your book, write down some pros and some cons about each person. What do you like about each person? What don't you like? Write down why you like them. A lot of times we think we like somebody because we just like the idea of them, but we don't see ourselves actually being committed with them. Write down if you want to introduce this person to mom, if you see yourself having a family with this person, if you see yourself progressing forward or, you know, building something stronger. Are you lusting over this one person? Is this other person just here for convenience? You know, you got to figure out why exactly you like these two people. Yeah, that's all I can think of for now for that one. Opinion on dating someone your family picked. Yo, that's another good question. I would say, me personally, I couldn't do it. I know some cultures do that, you know, power to them, but me personally, I feel like my family does not know the woman I've turned into. They know who I used to be, and they kind of base their opinions of me on that. So picking out a partner for me probably wouldn't be the best idea. You hear the birds tweeting in the back. Tweet, tweet. I love it. They're singing to me. Next question is, can you swim? I'm not even trying to be funny with this. I grew up in Florida, so of course I know how to swim. I damn near lived at the beach, okay? So swimming is definitely in my nature. I feel like I'm not being me. What would you do? That's a good question. First things first, you need to spend some time with yourself. Whether it's taking yourself on a solo date, whether it's journaling, cooking, doing one of your hobbies, whatever the case may be, you need to really sit down and face yourself. Why do you feel like you're not being you? Is it because you're putting on a front when you're around other people? Is it because you have this like void inside of you that's just not fulfilled? I definitely recommend journaling for this one too. Write down 10 things that you truly enjoy doing. Write down 10 things that you don't like. Write down your boundaries. Why you like these things. What do these things make you feel? All I can really recommend is just sitting with yourself and really like trying to figure out who you are. In order to get to the point of self-love, you have to face your shame first. You have to realize, why don't I love myself? Why am I not being me? You know, shadow work isn't just love and light and rainbows and journaling down your deep, darkest traumas. Sometimes it's just sitting yourself down and be like, you know what? I am a fucking bitch sometimes. You know, sometimes like I may be a bad person. It's not excusing these behaviors, but it is you being real with yourself and recognizing these things. And sometimes you do have to honor the bitch in you. Being yourself isn't always love and light. It's just honoring who you're meant to be. And duality. Don't forget about duality. There's positive and negatives. You gotta love both sides. Where did you get your sense of humor? Childhood trauma and bullying. I was bullied. I was not bullying people. I'd say Geminis are naturally funny. Not to like toot our own horn, toot toot, but every Gemini I meet is funny as fuck, okay? I'm low-key feeling behind everyone else my age. Thoughts? That's another good question. I love these questions y'all are asking. So, first things first, decenter your age. I saw this quote on TikTok, you have to decenter your age so you can make progress. Because when you're sitting here focusing on, oh, I'm 22, like, I should have this done, my friends are graduating, I should have this much saved up, I should have my career figured out. No. All of our timelines are different. We're all going to learn things at a different pace. People are going to get things accomplished at a different time. Another thing I'd say is get off social media. It's nice sometimes, but I get in the habit of comparing myself to people who are on different life paths. So you kind of got to recognize that you're on a different path and just be okay with being on a different path. There's no rush, but yeah, decenter your age for sure, because if you keep focusing on, oh, I'm 22, I'm so behind, you're going to wake up and be 30 one day, and you're going to be like, damn, now I'm definitely behind. You know, stop focusing on being so behind and start focusing on what you can accomplish, what you have accomplished. There we go. Sit yourself down and talk about what you have accomplished, okay? You have a job? That's great. It doesn't have to be 40 hours a week. It doesn't have to have the greatest benefits, but a job is a job. You have a car? Perfect. It doesn't have to be a 2025 Rolls Royce or whatever the case may be, but you have something to get you from point A to point B. You're doing better than a lot of people already. It doesn't even have to be accomplishments like those. Like, you graduated high school. A lot of people don't. Surprisingly, and it doesn't matter if you do or you don't, but that is an accomplishment alone. What are you doing if the person you like is into one of your friends? Moving the fuck on? What am I supposed to do? Like, no, please, just love me. No, like, ain't no pick me, choose me, love me. I'm moving the fuck on. I'm not gonna be upset about it because I don't get upset about things that I can't control. It's another thing. Gotta learn. I'm still learning myself. I'm not perfect. I'm hoping that I master that skill one day. I'm not gonna sit here and stress about why they like my friend more than they like me. Maybe I'm just not their cup of tea. So what? Now I'm one man closer to my husband. Thank you. Any advice for days I feel like crap and unworthy? I have those days a lot. I'd say get up. First off, you got to get out of bed. Make your bed. Making your bed is gonna kind of reset you for the day, get your day going. Because once you see that bed is made, you've accomplished something already. It may not be something huge, but you have accomplished something. It also makes it so you don't want to lay back down in your bed. Get up, take a shower, or wash your face. Something about just cleansing yourself with water, it helps you like reset out of those moods and like, you know, clear your mind. And if you're into it, I recommend listening to like a shower meditation or like affirmations or something like that, because water holds memory and you'd be surprised. I hate to bring up journaling again, but journaling, guys, it's so helpful because you figure out the root cause of everything. You need to journal and figure out why you feel like crap and unworthy. Are you shaming yourself? Are you judging yourself from others' perspective? By that I mean, like, do you ever think about, oh, this person thinks I'm stupid or something like that? That's you judging yourself from another person. How do you know they have these thoughts? You don't. You're just creating these thoughts inside of yourself. That's off topic though. Other than that, you really have to get up and force yourself to feel better. Nobody's coming to save you. I hate to say it, because if not, you're just gonna stay there and you're gonna sulk and just, yeah. Is it strange I kind of want friends like yours? I'd say no, because I've surrounded myself with very loving people, like-minded people who are also going to tell me when I'm wrong. They're not going to sit here kiss my ass just because I'm their friend or they're afraid of conflict or whatever the case may be. I constantly show love where it's due. Like, even if I don't know you, I'm constantly like commenting under people's pictures. I'm showing support. I'm congratulating people. I'm always showing love. And when you show love to others, people show love to you back. You can't just sit here and expect people are going to clap for you and you ain't clap for them. I'd say it's not strange. I hope you find you some good quality friendships. Really like honor that sisterhood or brotherhood. Who knows? You think apologizing can always fix things? No, absolutely not. In some cases, yeah, it does make things a little better and it can possibly fix things. There was a phrase I saw. I don't know if it's a metaphor or analogy, okay? English was not my best subject, so let's just roll with it. Have a nail, hammer, and some wood. You hammer the nail into the wood, right? And you take that nail out, but the hole is still there. So the nail is the impact of whatever you did, and you removing it is the apology. But the hole is still there, right? That's the wound that you've caused inside that other person. So removing the nail isn't just going to fill that hole in. Just like apologizing isn't going to fix that wound. I hope that makes sense, but I feel like that's the best way I can explain it. What is your dating life right now? And do you feel like you have anyone that you're interested in or interested in you? My dating life is very boring. I'm not dating anyone. I'm not looking to date anyone. I'm all about my self-love journey and figuring out like myself. Because a lot of these men cannot love you the same way you can love yourself. And I just don't have the time or the energy to sit here and, what's the word, vet dudes and see like who's worthy and who's not. Like, it's tiring. Other than that, I know there's a couple people that are interested in me. I will say most of them are lustful though, and I hate that. And for me to really be attracted to somebody, they have to stimulate my mind, and a lot of men can't fucking do that. They sit here and, what are you doing? How was your day? What did you eat today? Like, I don't want to have small talk every fucking day. Ask me like, what do I think about the earth and religion and God and things like that, okay? Like, I don't want to hear what are you doing every 5 minutes. Oh my gosh, that pisses me off, y'all. Y'all don't understand how bad what are you doing pisses me off. It's kind of crazy to think that 3 letters irks me so bad. Unless you're coming to pick me up or trying to make plans or some shit, don't fucking ask me what are you doing. That's not how you start a fucking conversation. Anyways, yeah. Let me stop before I hype myself up too much. Oh, this one's tagging on to the other one I said earlier. Because I did post that on Instagram, the one where they said you changed completely. And I was like, well, that's how life goes. So someone responded and said, the person who said you changed is an idiot. LOL. You're nothing but positive change from who you were years ago. You shine brighter, in fact. And honestly, like, that means a lot to me. Whoever said that, thank you so much. Because if you know who I was years ago, you know, like, it took a lot for me to get here. And I've gone through a lot of stuff. And I was not the best person before, but I really have put a lot of focus into just having more of a grown woman mindset and just being better, not just for myself, but for my son too. Like, I'm raising a whole child over here. Yeah, it just makes me very happy that someone like recognizes that. Some days I feel like, damn, like, what is all this for? You know, I'm making all this change and like I don't feel different, you know, and people still think I'm the same. But yeah, it's kind of making me emotional, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, that does make me happy that someone like recognized my change. Because if you know who I was years ago, you would know, okay? Be honest, what have people said about you that still sticks? I'd say when people said I was like weird, sometimes I find myself judging me when I'm around other people. I'm thinking like, oh, do you think I'm acting too weird? Are you being cringy? Are you being corny? Like, you know, I am growing out of that. I'm learning how to just honor myself without being so judgmental of myself. But some days, like, that does really stick. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else. But on a more positive note, some other things that people have said about me is that I'm very outgoing. I have a great personality. I'm a great mom or a good person. I think about that a lot. I'm like, wow, I really be making an influence. Like, y'all. Okay, let me stop. I'm starting to get a little emotional. Do you like blue eyes or green eyes better? Definitely green, because mine are green. Hello. And I feel like blue eyes, like, people be staring so hard. They'd be like, I heard people with blue eyes get sensitive to the sun. So, you know what? Maybe green eyes are better. What do you think of Game of Thrones? I've never watched it. I've seen, like, stuff about it on Facebook and things like that. It sounds like an interesting series, but I'm just not into those kind of shows. I prefer me some crime, mystery. I even like anime. Thanks for asking me that. I'm gonna have to go watch Game of Thrones now. Who are you talking to these days? I talk to my dad every day and my son. Other than that, it's my friends in my group chat, my girls. I'm talking to Shannon, Aaliyah, Adriana, and Bracy. And, oh, I've been talking to Carlos a lot more. That's me primo, but that's about it. What puts you off dating? I'm not really sure of, like, the context of this question. If they're asking, like, what turns me off or what's, like, keeping me away from dating. But I'd say, let's just answer both of those. What puts me off of dating, like, keeps me away, is this generation is just so fucked. I want someone who doesn't blame me for feeling the way I feel, who can let me be sensitive. And I'd say just the fact that I don't feel whole within right now. I'm working on myself, and I'm just now learning how to pour into my cup at 22 years old. So until I really feel whole within myself, I think I'm gonna stay away from dating for a while. What turns me off with dating? Just the way, like, men are. You meet these guys on dating apps or Instagram or social media, and they're used to having all these options on social media that they don't want to pursue a woman anymore. Next, to do if someone doesn't show up when you're supposed to meet them, block them. If they cannot communicate with you that they're running late or that they can't make it, block the fuck out of them, because clearly they don't respect you or your time. And then go on about your day. They do not need to be around you. Don't get upset though. I mean, it's okay to be upset, but don't dwell on it. You can't be upset by things that you cannot control. Okay, we're getting close to the end, y'all. You delete chat history after not having contact for a while. It definitely depends. If it's been like more than a year, yeah, I will delete it just to like free up space in my phone if it's on like messages. But if it's on Instagram, like no, I typically keep those. Other than that, I like to have my receipts, okay? I keep my receipts, so keep that in mind. Okay, last question, looks or personality? I'd say looks definitely do play a big part in dating, because of course you want some kind of physical attraction to somebody, but that's not everything. Personality is definitely up there above looks, because you can look good and have like no sense of humor, no personality at all. Like you got your whole personality off TikTok. You can look good and be a piece of shit person, you know? So if someone has great personality, they're more likely to sweep me off my feet than someone who looks good with a dry ass personality. But yeah, that's all. I don't have any more questions or any more answers to give you. Thank you all again for actually taking the time to go on my story and ask these questions. It really does mean a lot to me that people are showing up and showing support. I really, really, really do appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully I can do this again. I will keep the link in my link tree or my bio, so y'all can go ask more questions, and you know, I'll answer them as I go on. Maybe I'll do another Q&A in the future, but I think we covered a lot now, and I think y'all got a pretty good idea of who I am. So yeah, after this I'm gonna get it to my regular content about how to be disciplined as a mom, how to grow into yourself as a woman, things like that. But yeah, I did just want y'all to get to know who Kaylee is. If you made it this far, please like, subscribe, even comment if you want. Support a young single mom, so we all can make it. Because if I make it to the top, I'm bringing y'all up with me, okay? Everybody's getting a Chanel bag. You getting a Chanel bag. You getting a Chanel bag. We all getting Chanel bags, okay? Show some love. Don't be shy. And yeah, thank you again for watching. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.